Hello, you absolute legends. Welcome back to Life on the Ranch. This morning, we're doing a feeding frenzy. Got all the animals are in here. If you listen carefully, you might be able to hear a few piggies. So they're hard to hear. They're barely making noise. Girls. Oh, come along with me, my friends, as we go and gather up the hay for the morning feeding frenzy. Hello, boys. The boys are a lot quieter than the girls, if you can see. Good morning, Willie. You got anything to say for the camera? Feeling shy? No words of wisdom for us this morning, Wilfred? Ducks have some words. So to help us encourage our animals to eat the greens, we got bins of chopped hay. As you can see, it's in nice short bits. Starts in bale form, big long chunks. We take it into small bits. Because we believe the animals need their grasses, even in the winter months. The pigs, the ducks, the chickens, the turkeys, everything. We just take our big old bales here. We just run them through our leaf splitter. Runs them down, turns them from this into this. Well, my leaf splitter's not working very well right now. It keeps stalling out on me every 2 seconds. Very irritating. Still trying to figure out why that happens. So I only have like half a bin of hay right now. Anyway, I'll see you once we get the buckets full. Not gonna speak anymore, eh, Wilfred? As soon as the camera's on. What are the quackheads up to? Just wondering what I'm up to, I'm sure. So then after that, we take our animal feed, mix it in with the hay. Two scoops for all the piggies. What's little Bobby doing? Trying to climb mama? She's a silly one, isn't she? This one seems to think all this food is just for her. Ha. 3 scoops for all the chickens and turkeys and ducks. Some of you might be wondering, why is the drill in the freezer? Well, I gotta keep it somewhere. The drill, my friends, is used to mix all the food. So we come over and we flip on our well. We grab our water. And we add some water to it. And this is where the drill comes in, my friends. We like to soften up our food for our animals, you know, spoil them, I guess. I like to try and wash down the edges of my bucket. I always like to mix up my chicken food because it soaks up a lot of water. Pigs don't mind a bit of a solid food. See if we can sneak up on Wilfred and catch him in conversation. Wilfred, why are you the only goat that seems to know how to goat? What is this watchwoman doing? She's up here watching for breakfast. How do I know that's a female chicken? Because my roosters are white in this pen. You'll see as we go through to feed them all individually. Oh, there he is. It's my watchman on the wall. Mr. Steve. How's it going? In here wondering where breakfast is? It's on its way, sir. That's how you can tell the roosters from the chickens, because he's the white guy. And now we're going to mix up the food here, legends. There it is, it's mixed up. And of course I have to hang up my pails after it's mixed. Otherwise the next step gets a little chaotic. Doesn't it, Miss Penelope? That's why we hang it up, because the girls come out and then I go in. So I hang it on the door so I can get in past the girls. A little bit of food splashed over there, so they're all fighting over what crumbs are on the floor. Let's go in and feed the ladies, shall we? And I'll be right back when the door's locked. Door locking doesn't take much, just a simple string to keep them from busting in the middle of pouring breakfast. Well, we got 5 girls. Just to make things simple for everybody. 5 food dishes. That's never going to be a good idea. Get onto there where they can... What are you doing, Poppy? There's no food in that. There's never food in that. Well, until you girls calm yourself, there's no getting in. Gots to feed. And we're back. Alright, legends, at this point, I like to kind of split my feed between two pails. It just makes feeding the chickens a little easier. Kind of hear Willie in the background, sounding a little hoarse. So that we're adding some grit to it. Stuff's otherwise known as chick grit. It just helps the chickens grind down the food they're eating. Since they're not outside as much as they would be in the summer months, they don't get access to as many stones as they would in the summer months. They don't get that sand and stone in their diet like they normally would. So we got to supplement, keep our animals healthy, happy. Then, because I don't want all the stones sitting on top, and just go into the first group. Again, comes out our mixing tool. Then I grab my feeding bowl, put it on in there so I can move around. Then of course I have to hang my buckets up. Otherwise this one down there will be in the food like it's exclusively made for her and not for the chickens. That thing knows no boundaries. It has no respect of anything. Miserable goat that is. Come on ladies, back in your pen. Let's go. Yes, you two there, Susan. So you can see we got all the girls in here. And then we got a handsome boy. So to simplify my life, I just grab their food dish. Up on the ledge it goes. And a bowl full of stones and vegetables and chicken feeds. Let the feeding frenzy commence. Is my handsome boy gonna come in and get some breakfast today? He's a little bit shy when it comes to feeding with the girls. He's used to often having 8 on his own. But he's getting braver. He's almost in there today. It's a really wonderful sight. It's been a couple of days. He's almost in the food with everybody else. Now let's jump to the other side. And we're here on the other side. We're gonna feed the next round. We give them sloppy food like this because it's a great way to get them hydrated without them making an absolute mess of their water dish. Run them over there so they can safely put the food dish down over here. And they go absolutely crazy for it as well. This handsome boy often knows how to find the food, but this morning he's just being a little shy. He's like, oh no, but let's pick it off her back. These ladies look delicious. They're covered in food somehow. See, this boy knows how to get into the dinner. He came the same time as the other guy. I don't know, the other guy just seems a little bit slower to pick it up. We've both been here for 3-4 days now. Been in the pen with the ladies for a few days. In the beginning, I'd throw them just a hair of food off by themselves, just to get them into the taste of the fermented foods. Well, they're not really fermented, soggy foods, I guess. But I gotta make sure they're getting fed. Any eggs? No eggs. Must be too early in the day for eggs. And I'll see you in the next one. Well, there we go. He's getting into the food now. Probably can't see it too clearly, but these chickens are just covered in food. I don't know how they eat. Covering themselves in food. They do, they do. Little one's just up here ripping around the hall. She's feeling quite frisky this morning. She disappeared. Mom will wonder what happened to her. She's back. Hard to believe she's only 3 weeks old. Look at that frisky little thing. Happy, cute, very energetic. Here we got one of one black sex-link roosters. He was the only rooster we got out of these 50 black sex-links that we ordered. And the feeding frenzy shall commence again. You're on that like it's nobody's business. Any eggs in here? Well, you can't hardly see them. It's so dark. We got 2. Got about 8 girls out here and 2 eggs. That's good for the morning. And over here I have what remains of what used to be my 4 meat roosters. 4 pens, 4 roosters. Well, 3 of them got dead. These black sex links can be pretty vicious when they want to be. Any eggs in this one? Nope, no eggs in that one yet. Let the feeding frenzy commence. And I'll see you on the next one. Now we're into the little quaily hut. How are my quails doing? How are you doing, ladies? Can't hardly see you all in there. Some of you are hiding. See the white boy hiding by the straw. Can't hardly see him. He's so hidden. There you go. You can kind of catch a glimpse of him hiding in the tree. There's 2 of them hiding in the trees. Yeah, too dark. I need a light. Anyway, let's get the quaily some food. The stuff that was left in there was last night's dinner, so usually about once a day or so I dump out their dish and give them all fresh again. So you don't eat nearly as much as what the chickens will. Come along for the ride, my friends. Let's go to the next one. Ladies. You always got to greet your girls in the morning. They're always happy to see you. As you can see, we got our fancy rooster in here. Any eggs in here? Nope. Nope. Not yet. These girls often produce 1 to 2 eggs a day. They're slowing down because of winter months. But these are also my big girls, so I give them a big amount of food. Go, girls. I can't fill your dish if you're in it. And the feeding frenzy commences. Alright, my legendary level layers. These girls have got 5 of them in there. And I have to get 5 eggs a day out of here. Though the last couple of weeks they've been slowing down due to winter months. The question is, any eggs in there? There is 1 egg in there so far. They don't always have a lot of eggs first thing in the morning. But they always have a lot of eggs by the evening. And again, because they're legendary level layers, I give them a decent amount of food as well. Sometimes they like to get into their food dish. They do enjoy their feeds. See you at the next one. You talking to your daughter there, Willie? Well, that's about as close as you'll ever be able to get to her, sir. I don't want you doing strange things. You being a male goat, you'll get some strange ideas. Now, these ladies are also amongst my best layers. Handsome rooster boy, they all came from the same party. All these roosters that are white, these 3 ladies in here. They get any eggs? Well, look at that this morning. 3 eggs from these 3 girls. These 3 girls are amongst my best layers. Even in these winter months, these girls just produce. It'll be sad to see them go. But I told my friend that she could have them back if she wanted them back. And she was interested in having them back because a lot of her roosters and other hens were getting eaten by their dogs because they were too small and they were able to get out of their enclosure. The dogs thought they were playthings, so they played with them until they couldn't anymore. The feeding frenzy commence. I'm pretty sure these girls eat their eggs because I never get any eggs out of them anymore. It seems strange that my other meat birds are producing 2-3 eggs a day. These meat birds are producing 0. Well, we've kept these meat hens because we want to have more produced in the spring. You don't want to spend like $5 a bird on hens, and we can just raise our own. We'll see you in the next one. Make it possible to feed my turkeys. I pull them out for a couple minutes first. That way when I go in there to feed them, they're not in the middle of everything. Buddy cats! You girls singing me a song? Singing about how you're starving this morning? Haven't eaten since last night? I know, you putty cats must be just super hungry, eh? What's going on, Mr. Meows? Mr. Meows? Oh, you putty cats have food. You're not even hungry. I guess they're just saying hi. Barn cats get barn cats food. Keep the lid slightly tapped onto it. I have to bring them some fresh water. And yes, you heard correctly. I said flesh water, not fresh water. Ladies, is there any eggs in here this morning? Nothing on our side, eh? Are we taking a vacation today here, girls? What are we on, egg-laying holiday? This is why I use 2 pails of food. Because I have so many birds and 1 pail is just heavy. Let's see if we can get through. Yes, girls, break into your food before I get it poured. The reason I use these wide, flat-bottom dishes is so that way the girls don't knock them over. These bowls tip over, then they're empty. Food all over the floor. Nobody wins. Look at this. We got an egg from the girls. These girls produce, between 1 and 3 eggs a day. Then we got our other handsome black rooster in here. He's one of our fancy foot roosters. Though he's just a little bit smaller than the girls, he's still dominant and teaches these ladies to be kind, nice, friendly. He's one rooster I've never had an issue with. My black sex-link rooster, the 1 I've had to readjust his attitude. A couple of 2-3 days tied up in the hallway, he's suddenly less aggressive when it comes to food. Well, we'll see you at the turkeys. Though it should be interesting to see what kind of birds we get from these black sex-link chickens and a fancy featherfoot rooster. Blacks and whites. Are we going to get gray birds? That'd be interesting. I'd love some gray birds. Well, we'll be back with the roosters, the turkeys. All right, so we take our turkeys out of the pen so it's not absolute chaos when I come to feed them. Otherwise, I'm fighting turkeys when I'm trying to fill their food dish. And if you notice what it was like with the chickens, yeah, I don't really want to fight turkeys. You might be thinking that's not a lot of food for turkeys. Well, it's because they get fed twice a day. They don't need tons. See you at the ducks. Come on, turkeys! And the last straggler. See, otherwise I have to deal with that while I'm trying to fill their food dish. That's just chaos. I don't need it. So I simplify my feedings. Wilfred. You've made a lot of appearances in this video, Wilfred. Release the quackheads! They all come quacking out.